On the situation on the ground in Nigeria, we now cross to our correspondent, Sarah Kimani, who is in Lagos. Sarah, thanks for joining us. Now, technology was supposed to have been a blessing in this election, but as it appears, it has now turned into a nightmare. What is the Electoral Commission there doing about the glitches?
Well, what has happened is that the smart card readers have actually not worked as efficiently as they were expected. You find that in most parts of Lagos where we are, the machines have either failed to detect and capture the details of the voters, or they have been too slow. And so what has happened is that the process of accreditation or verification has taken too long. It's only now that in one of the areas where we are in Lagos that voting is actually supposed to begin. In most of the areas, they have spent the better part of the morning trying to use these smart card readers to verify the names of the voters. That is still going on in most parts of Nigeria.
Now, we know that voting got off to a slow start in Abuja and some parts of Lagos. Now, the crucial question here, Sarah, is will the voting times be extended by the Electoral Commission?
Actually, when you say voting started very late, voting has actually not started in most parts. What happened, they're calling it polling and verification, because what happens, the whole part of the morning, about 6 hours of the morning, have been spent voters coming to the polling centers with their cards, and then their details are checked against the register using the smart card reader. Only at about 2 p.m., which is now, they are going to start voting. So what they're saying is, because they've already verified the documents, it should not take too long. They're saying it will end in about 3 hours. Voting should close at 5 p.m. But they have also said that if anybody is on the queue, they will be allowed to vote.
And what is the situation now in Enugu following that bomb explosion at a polling station this morning?
That marred the beginning of the polling there and the verification, but it has now taken off. Of course, tension is very high in that part of the country, but they have also increased police presence to ensure that it is not interrupted, voting is not interrupted completely. And
has anyone claimed responsibility yet for that blast?
No, not as we have not had anything.
Now, Boko Haram has been threatening all along to disrupt this election. Now, has this deterred voters at all?
Well, it has not deterred voters, at least in the areas where we have been covering. Turnout is very, very high in Lagos where we are. And when you watch television news from across the country, it is the same. A lot of people coming out to vote. Those we have spoken to saying they're ready for change. Others saying they just want to be part of taking civic responsibility and going out to vote. So indeed, the threats by Boko Haram have not deterred voters coming out. Remember also that just yesterday, the military here announcing that they have taken the last stronghold of the Boko Haram militants, meaning people have confidence that indeed security will be heightened, and it has been heightened across many parts of Nigeria.
Now, Sarah, besides the technological glitches there, do you know whether the election monitors and observers have picked up any other irregularities? Well,
what I saw a map from one of the observation groups saying at least 65% of the polling stations open late. That, of course, will affect the closure time, the counting time, and any other incidences that might happen. Because if there's a case of places where the readers are not working and they are again delayed by polling stations opening late, it means that there will be a delay that is carried on up to the time when the results will be announced.
And as you said, it's just under 3 hours now before the polls close at 5 p.m. local time. Now, from your observation there, will most voters be able to cast their ballots by then?
Well, by 5 p.m., most people will still be on the queue. The assurance they have from the independent Nigerian Electoral Commission is that if you have been accredited and at 5 p.m. you're still on the queue, you will be allowed to vote. Of course, we wait to see if indeed they will carry on. Remember, it is a country that has shortages of power, electricity, blackouts. So if it gets dark, and it gets dark very fast here, I'm not sure how many of those people who will still be on the queue will actually be able to cast their ballots.
And finally, just what is the mood like in the country? Are people excited to vote, and are they looking forward to the result?
excited, frustration, anxiety. You can put all those together and you see a cocktail of people who are ready to exercise their civic responsibilities.
All right, thank you so much. That was our correspondent there, Sarah Kimani, talking to us live from Lagos in Nigeria.